Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're here. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings, the Science and Technology channel.
Yeah, today we're talking about another one of, I think this has got to be Steve's favorites, one of Steve's favorite subjects, and that's the dinosaur. And one in particular today that is just been newly discovered, right?
Yeah, so
New,
they created a category of their own for these guys.
yeah,
Huh.
been doing a lot of that lately, right? New bugs,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's talk about it so I can butcher some words.
A newly identified mosasaur from Texas suggests that some ancient marine predators were larger, more powerful, and possibly more aggressive than previously recognized. Bite marks, broken jaws, and a giant skull from Texas are helping scientists redraw the family tree of one of the ocean's most fearsome ancient predators. The animal behind the evidence was not a dinosaur, but it lived alongside them and may have ruled its stretch of the sea with similar force. Would you like to know more?
Okay, so what is the deal? It's either it is a dinosaur or it's not a dinosaur.
It's a
Okay,
mosasaur. It is a
Moses. Okay,
soar. Yeah.
all right. Scientists from the American Museum of Natural History, the Perot or Parrot Museum of Nature and Science in Dallas. Is
Yeah,
that
Ross Perot probably founded that.
Perot?
Probably
Okay.
gave him a lot of money.
And the Southern Methodist University, I don't know how they got involved in this, have identified a huge new species of monosaur, a marine
Mosasaur.
mosasaur, sorry, that marine reptile that hunted in the oceans during the age of dinosaurs. The species has been named Tylosaurus rex.
Tylosaurus. Yep.
That's interesting. Uh, or T Rex, meaning king of the Tylosaurs.
Yep.
Okay.
So a little bit different than Tyrannosaur, Tylosaur. I don't know what Tylo means,
Yeah. I
but
don't know.
we're gonna call it T Rex. Don't get it confused with Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, this one's a T Rex ocean dweller.
Right. The predator was among the largest mosasaurs yet known, reaching up to 43 feet long. And I was telling Scott, what you see on your screen now is a skeleton of it. But when we were off camera, I was telling him, man, this could be like a very large alligator. And I told him, I bet alligators descended from these guys. You know,
Maybe
weird.
so. Yeah.
Um, it,
Same
it's
type of shape.
fossil. Its fossils are about 80 million years old and were found mostly in northern Texas in rocks laid down when a shallow seaway covered much of central North America. Everything, quote, everything is bigger in Texas, and that includes the mosasaurs, apparently, said Amelia Zietlow, lead author of the new study, which was published on May 21st, 2026 by the Bulletin of the American Museum of Natural History.
Zietlow is a research associate at the American Museum of Natural History and is now at the History Museum at the Castle in Wisconsin. Uh, I'm not familiar with that. Are you familiar with that, being from that neck of the woods?
Nope.
Museum at the Castle. Okay. She began the project while earning her PhD in comparative biology at the museum's Richard Gilder Graduate School. During that work, she found a mosasaur fossil in the museum's research collection that seemed to have been incorrectly identified as Tylosaurus proriger. Proriger.
Yep. Zeitlo and her colleagues compared the fossil with the holotype of the Tylosaurus proriger, the name-bearing specimen described more than 150 years ago and now held at the Harvard Museum of Comparative Zoology. They concluded that the American Museum of Natural History fossil, along with more than a dozen similar specimens in other collections, likely belong to a different species.
These fossils were larger than T proriger and had finely serrated teeth, an unusual feature among mosasaurs. Most known T. proriger fossils come from what is now Kansas and are about 84 million years old. Wow, it's fascinating that how they were able to date that stuff. The newly identified fossils, by contrast, are mostly from Texas and are about 4 million years younger.
Oh, so they're 80 million years ago. Wow. The name T Rex also honors paleontologist John Thurmond, who noticed in the late 1960s that tylosaurs from northeast Texas were unusually large and might represent a new species. Here, let me advance the slide. Here, I'm going to advance the slide. There we go.
It,
So that's an artist rendition of it.
I didn't happen to notice the fine print on that prior slide, but where is that now? It's in Texas.
Texas, yeah.
They got that in Texas. Okay.
Yeah. So this kind of looks like an alligator, except for those flippers, right? Huh.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So Thurmond informally called them Tylosaurus thalassotyrannus, or sea tyrant, while also noting the cliche. Yeah.
I will have to say that it looks a lot milder in that form of a picture of the rendition than it does in the skeleton form.
Yeah, it'll still rip your head off. It'll rip you in half.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The holotype of the newly described T-Rex is a giant specimen displayed at the Perot Museum that was discovered in 1979 along an artificial reservoir near Dallas. Beyond and for all of you who don't know, Dallas is in Texas, right? And it's big. Dallas is big.
Everything's big in Texas.
Everything's big, yeah. Beyond T-Rex's impressive size, ranging from 25 feet to 43 feet, about the length of a school bus, the new species has a suite of adaptations for exceptionally strong jaw and neck muscles, suggesting that it was a powerful predator. So probably ate everything in its path, right?
Right. Everything it could. Look at that. So now on the screen, you're seeing one of the researchers with its head near the mouth. Look at those serrated teeth too. That's it's like an alligator, man. I'm telling you.
I imagine they were pretty giddy when they found this.
Oh yeah.
This skeletal, right? The skeletal form.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
One fossil
pretty intense.
In the Perot Museum's collection, nicknamed the Black Knight, may preserve signs of this aggression. The specimen is missing the tip of its snout and it has a broken lower jaw. According to the researchers, injuries of that kind could only have been caused by another member of the same species.
Several well-known Mosasaur fossils, once identified as T. morriger or prorigger, will now be classified as T-Rex. These include Bunker, a huge specimen found in 1911 and displayed at the University of Kansas, and Sophie, what a cute name, which is on display at the Yale Peabody Museum. Okay.
The study also tackles a major issue of mosasaur research. For nearly 30 years, scientists have relied on a largely unchanged data set to study evolutionary relationships among mosasaurs.
Wow. For the new T-Rex study, the team built a thoroughly revised data set and proposed a new view of how tylosaurs are related. The findings suggest that mosasaur evolution should be revisited because many earlier studies depended on the same data set with only limited changes. Okay.
Right, and just want to remind you that this is a Tylosaurus rex. We're talking about T-Rex, Tylosaurus.
Right.
Not
Tyrannosaurus. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that it was in water. I don't know if Tylo, maybe that has a difference. So
yeah.
Remember, not as nasty looking as the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Right. Well, I mean,
still it opens its mouth.
Yeah. So. Remember we did a segment, I don't know, a couple months ago about how they found a mosasaur in Antarctica, a skeleton of a mosasaur in Antarctica. I remember we did that study. That was pretty cool. I mean, they're ocean creatures all around.
Yeah, and fascinating, right? Because nobody was around when they were around, right? I mean, I guess maybe
Yeah,
they were,
and the face of the Earth was different. I mean, there was a big ocean in the Midwest of the United States.
yeah, yeah, a lot different
Fascinating.
landscape. So
Fascinating.
um, it
Do you
is, yeah.
think global warming evaporated all that water? Do you think that happened like that?
No, no, higher power than global warming. So anyway, good
I just
story
had to throw that in there.
for all you dinosaur freaks. That's that, good story. So
All right. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you
take
in the
care.
afternoon.
We'll see you this afternoon. Thanks for watching.